Hi everyone, it's Jackie. Let's talk about what happens when you get your box. You've ordered a VV and it's come, and you pull everything out that's inside, and here's what you get. You get a full 6-ounce bottle of product, which comes in a base color, and we're going to alter that color to match your skin tone. In order to do that, we have blue drops to tone it and black drops to make it darker if you need it darker. A glass dipping and storage jar is in here, and 2 brushes, big and small, and your soft plushy blotter. So here's what you're going to do. It has a color key with it. Now the color key is just a guideline. This is all printed on white paper, which isn't exactly true to skin color, but it's a guideline that will help you. And this color key gives you an idea of what happens if you use a wet brush or a dry brush, if you use just blue or just black drops. But sometimes you need to darken it and tone it a little bit. So I'm going to talk to you about that today. So here's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to open your bottle and you're going to take off. There's a foil seal, which I've taken off of this bottle. You can take off that foil seal. And we're going to just test it. It's probably not your color right out of the bottle. If it is, congratulations, easy peasy. But you're just going to take the small brush, because the big brush does not fit in here, right directly into the bottle, dip it. The liquid's right at the top, so just dip it in a little bit. And then always scrape your brush, no matter what you're doing, working with the bottle or the jar, always scrape your brush a lot on the side so there's no excess product. And then when you put it on your vitiligo, there's no way it's going to seep onto your pigmented area and create an outline effect. We don't want that. We want to disappear our vitiligo. So let's try it. This is the color. I'm going to paint it right there on one of my vitiligo spots. Just a test spot, and then I'm going to lightly blot it to get the wetness off and to see the true color. Now this bottle already has a couple of blue drops in it, but I think I need to add that might be just a little bit too warm toned for me. So I think I need to add maybe 2 more blue drops to this. So I'm going to take my blue here. Now your bottles, when you first get them, have a neck that has to be sort of snapped off. So you pinch that neck and push down and turn, and they open up just fine. So right straight into the bottle, 1 and 2. And every time you add drops, you want to recap it tight and shake it up before you test again. So I'm going to shake it up. This is exactly what you're going to do. Now, if you are dark skinned, you're going to be using the black drops. And you're going to be putting in maybe 3, 4 at a time, depending on how dark skinned you are. You can kind of, again, use the color key as a guideline. But you're going to add a few, recap and shake, and test it on a small area until you get it to your exact color. If we're going for an olive tone, just neutralizing or making it an olive tone, you're going to do the same, but you're going to be a little bit more cautious with the blue drops than the black, so you're going to add maybe 2 to 3 blue at a time, as you don't want to go past your level of olive. I will say that our Middle Eastern and Southeast Asia and South Asian customers, people with really olive skin tone, need in excess of 20 blue drops. Some go way beyond that even, but you just really want to be careful that you don't make it too olive, because you can't take it back from olive. If you darken it too much with the black drops, you can dilute it, but we don't want to make it too olive. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to test again. So just lightly dip it in there, scrape the edge. Always remember to scrape your brushes. And let's test again. Right here. And see if that's olive enough for me. Oh, I think that's going to be olive enough for me. It's so different already just with those 2. There we go. I think that's going to be my color exactly. So now it's time for the fun. We take our little glass dipping and storage jar, open that up, and we're just going to pour carefully now. Pour a small amount into that jar, and just use this to like that, and recap, and this really is the fun when it's your color. Put your favorite podcast on, your favorite music on. And though I can do my hands, I have about 50% depigmentation on my hands. I'm sure if you can see it with this lighting very well, but I really only have some pigment right here and down here. So I need to do quite a bit, but I can do each hand in about 2 or 3 minutes because I've gotten good at this, and you will too. But when I do every spot on my body, my décolleté, my knees, my feet, all the areas, it probably takes me 20 minutes. And I do this 2 or 3 times a week. So I don't spend more than an hour a week doing my VV, but I still like to listen to some music or a podcast to make it even more fun. It is nice. The brushes are soft. This is fleshy. It's not a chore. It's actually kind of fun. Painting is fun. Remember when you were a kid? So you're going to dip your brush into the jar. And I should have said, I generally always like to dip my brush in water first, just to, I don't know, it gives it a nice texture to work with. And I just do that once. I don't keep dipping it. If you find it to be too dark, though, how you dilute it is you dip your large brush in water so that it's dripping water, and you just bring those extra drops into the product in the jar, and you've diluted it. And you can dilute it as much or as little as you like. Okay, so we're going to scrape really well all that excess so nothing seeps onto our pigment. And then we can start having fun completely disappearing our vitiligo. It's really easy. I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to go really fast just to show you how quick the process can be. So you tap on the blotter. Sometimes I rub and blend it in this area a little bit, but for the most part you're just tapping off the wetness. See, no more vitiligo on my thumb there. I did dilute this quite a bit, so we usually use it a bit darker, but this is all you do. And you see, I'm not getting anything dripping because I scraped the edge off really well, the excess product off, so nothing's dripping. It's not seeping on to my pigmented areas. Oh, that was kind of a lot right there, but no problem, just blot it off. If you ever find that you have too much wetness on your brush, you can just blot that off right away. And voila, I'm covering my vitiligo. Now, if you make a mistake, and the very first time you use this, you're not going to be a pro. There's a little bit of a learning curve. If you make a mistake, the cool thing is that before it has set, in 4 to 6 hours, it needs to set to stay on you. You can just wash it right off. It's no problem. You can almost just take your blotter and rub it off for the most part if you make a mistake. So it's very forgiving. It's completely streak-free. It is very uniform in color. It's so easy to work with. It has a very delicate light coconut scent. It doesn't have any bad smell at all. It's just very delicate scent and just very pleasant, lovely. Love it. I love this product, and I hope you will too. Anyway, you can hardly see that I even have vitiligo anymore in this hand. I may have missed a spot, but that's what it looks like when you're done. So that's what you do when you get your box. You find your color, and the most important thing I really want to say here is that I really care about your experience with this product. We really care at Fake Bake. We really care about your experience with this product. So if you have any hesitation at all, if you would like some assistance customizing it to be your skin color, just email me at jackie@fakebake.com or DM us, and either myself or someone will get right back to you. And know that we're there. We stay there during the life of the product. If you have any questions as you go, I've really enjoyed making friends with a lot of you, and I'd like to make some more. So I'm here for you if you need me. But that's what you do when you get your kit. Test it, customize it, and enjoy.